All right, today we're tackling a big one. A question that's probably causing some serious headaches in your business right now. Is it finally time to ditch WhatsApp for your team's communication? We're going to dive into why Google Chat might just be the professional-grade replacement you've been searching for.
Okay, be honest. Does this sound familiar? You're frantically searching for super important file for a project, but it's completely buried under 100 GIFs, weekend plans, and conversations that have nothing to do with work. That chaos? It's pretty much a guaranteed side effect of trying to use a personal chat app for professional business.
And you know, the problems go way deeper than just a messy chat. We're talking about that line between your work life and your personal life just completely vanishing. It's that sinking feeling when you realize you can't find a critical document from 3 months ago. But you know what's really scary? The total lack of control. When someone leaves the company, what happens to all that company data on their phone? That's where these little risks suddenly become huge liabilities.
And this all leads us to what we're calling the professional WhatsApp problem. Now look, this isn't about bashing WhatsApp. It's a great app. It's just, it was never built for what businesses need. You've simply outgrown it.
Yeah, trying to run a business on WhatsApp is kind of like showing up to a major board meeting with a toy phone. It's just not the right tool. The app was designed from the ground up for personal chats, for friends and family. It was never meant to have the heavy-duty security, the data policies, or the admin oversight that a real business needs to stay safe and run smoothly.
And hey, this isn't just some theoretical what-if scenario. The stakes here are incredibly high. The Wall Street Journal and other major outlets have reported on massive companies getting hit with huge fines for doing business on unapproved apps like this. This is a real legal and financial risk, not a hypothetical one.
So, if not WhatsApp, then what? Well, let's talk about Google Chat. And it's really important to get this. This isn't some brand new app that just popped up yesterday. It's actually the result of a very deliberate, multi-year evolution from its predecessor, which you probably remember, the classic Google Hangouts.
This timeline really tells the story. You can see Google's whole strategy laid out. They started moving businesses over way back in 2021, and by the end of 2022, the switch was complete. The mission was crystal clear: transform a simple casual messenger into a powerful, secure hub built for business. And Chat is a part of this massive, incredibly stable world. It's built to serve the more than 3 billion active users inside Google Workspace. So we're not talking about some small startup app here. This thing is backed by one of the biggest and most robust tech infrastructures on the planet.
All right, now let's get to the best part, especially for any team that's already using Google's tools, and that's integration. This right here is where Google Chat's real superpower is. Just think about your own day for a second. How much of your time and mental energy is wasted just jumping between your email, your Google Drive, your calendar, and then over to your separate chat app? That constant switching, it's an absolute killer for focus and productivity.
Well, Google Chat pretty much solves this because it lives inside the tools you're already in all day. You can kick off a chat right from your Gmail inbox. You can instantly share a Google Doc with all the right permissions. You can launch a Meet video call straight from a conversation. It's all one connected, seamless experience.
And hey, don't just take my word for it. The experts all agree. If your business is already invested in Google Workspace, bringing in Chat is just the path of least resistance. It actually removes friction from your day instead of adding another tool you have to juggle. But that deep integration? That's really only half the story. Let's look at the specific features that are designed to fix the chaos and the risk we were just talking about.
Okay, this right here is the absolute game changer. It's called Spaces. I want you to just forget about those endless, scrolling, chaotic group chats. A space is like a dedicated digital room for a specific project or a team. It keeps every single conversation, every file, and every task completely organized in one spot. It's the perfect antidote to that conversational chaos.
And it's so easy to get started. You just create a space for, say, your Q4 marketing push. Boom! All the drive files for that campaign get shared right there. Then, and this is key, you use threaded replies. That way, the conversation about the budget doesn't get all tangled up with the conversation about the new ad designs. It's clean, it's organized. Now, let's talk security. Honestly, this chart says it all, doesn't it? With Google Chat, your company's administrator has full control. You can set rules for how long data is kept, you can use powerful tools like Google Vault if you ever have legal needs, and you get advanced protection against threats. WhatsApp? It offers, well, none of that. It's not even a fair fight. And of course, since this is Google we're talking about, you know it's packed with helpful AI. You get things like smart replies that suggest quick responses for you, and it can even give you a summary of a long conversation you missed.
That's a huge time saver when you're just trying to get caught up.
So let's pull all this together. When it's crunch time and you have to make a choice for your business, what is the final verdict here? It really, truly is about using the right tool for the job. You wouldn't use a hammer to turn a screw, right? WhatsApp is fantastic for personal chats, for your friends, for your family, but when it comes to business, you need a tool that was built for business, something that gives you structure, security, and integration. And that tool is Google Chat.
And here's the kicker, the part that every business owner and finance person is going to love. If you are already paying for Google Workspace, you already have Google Chat. It's just there, it's included, which means you could probably cancel whatever other chat app you're paying for right now and save that money.
So, if you're going to walk away with 3 things, remember these pillars. Number 1, that deep, seamless integration with Workspace that makes everyone more productive. Number 2, the serious enterprise-level security and compliance that actually protects your company. And number 3, that organized collaboration you get with Spaces that finally brings some sanity to your projects.
Which really just leaves us with one final question for you to think about. I want you to take a really hard look at the tools your team is using every single day and ask yourself this. Is our chat app a real business asset that makes us better, faster, and more secure? Or is it a hidden liability just waiting to become a problem? I think the answer to that question will make your next decision a whole lot clearer.